So this is the bike. It's a Boardman MHT 8.6. I've paired that up with a 3000 watt rear hub motor and a 72 volt 20 amp hour battery. This is a large frame. I wanted extra large because I wanted to make sure I had enough room for the battery, but it worked out fine. That battery fits very well. So here I have a cheapo mirror that I got on eBay, and this is my color display. So that's the UKC one. If you're buying one of these, that's what they look like. There's loads of videos on YouTube on how to use these, so I'm not going to get into that, but what I will show you is my tripometer. So here's my so that was my average speed. I took it out for a ride. I took it on a section of main road where I had access to a hard shoulder, so I could really go hard and see what I got on. So 25, so I got it up to 85.2 kilometers an hour, which is very fast on this thing. I think that's like 53 miles per hour. It'll probably do more. I just kind of eased off a little bit. So it's controlled here by this little switch here, this little toggle switch. This is just a little bag I have that I carry. There's nothing in it now. I'll be putting my tools into that when I go out on a ride. My battery fits in nicely here. That's the rear hub motor. I have a crankset on that I'm going to change. I have a new crankset coming. And I want to fit, as you can see, there isn't any yet. So that's a double crankset. I'm going to fit a front derailleur on that. Okay, but that's down the line. I'm not too bothered about that right now. So the wiring, I suppose, is what I want to talk about more than anything else here, lads. So this is where I have my Sabaton controller at the back. And as you can see in here, I'll unzip it. That's where all of my wiring is. So all of the cables and the wiring are in here. So it's fine. I don't plan on riding this around in the rain, but inevitably I'll get caught. I'm going to plan on doing something here. I'm going to make a little sleeve, a little cover, a little snap-on cover to cover those. Because the way it's working now, the water will run that way. But I will sort that out. And at the back I have a little tail light mounted on. That's one of those tail lights that has the little accelerometer in it, so when you brake it actually goes solid red and brakes. I won't get into that. There's loads of videos on those online. Look, that's the video. It's a bit all over the place, but I did want to kind of show you the bike and what I'd done and how I did the wiring and where I put my controller and so on. So yeah, I did a bit of a walk around. But I did also want to do a video on puncture protection because, like, look, there may be loads online. If there is, I didn't find them. And if I don't find the video online, you know, I just thought, look, maybe I'll do one. And if somebody thinks of something and brings something on the next ride because they saw this video, isn't that great, you know? Like, for example, if you, I actually have it here in my hand, look. So if you're using cable ties, which I'm not, like, bring a little guy like this, bring a tiny little fella for clipping those cable ties, you know? You're not going to open them on the side of the road. And bring spare cable ties. So just that kind of a thing. But one of the things that I am doing, none of us wants to get a puncture, but inevitably we will. You certainly don't want to get a puncture on the back wheel. It's much more difficult. The front wheel on my bike is just quick release. I'd take that off and change it in no time. But however, just because I'm not too concerned about weight on this bike, I am using these. So I'm using these guys. So this is my tube. It's called Slime. It's got slime inside in the tube. So when it gets a puncture, it's supposed to self-seal. Now, if I suspect that I got a puncture and it's self-sealed, I'm just going to rip this out and replace it again with another one. So I'm doing that in the front wheel just to make it easier. But what I am doing on the back wheel, and I won't do a video on it because there's loads of them out there, is I am today going to put in this stuff. So this is tennis armor. Okay, and you can kind of see from the picture how it works. This is what it looks like. So it's this guy, it's this insert, and it goes into your tire. And what it does is it gives you, I think it's like 35mm protection from inside here to the top. So it gives you an extra 35mm for anything that gets in to your tire. Yeah. So I also used Schwalbe Marathon Plus tires. Now, at a certain price point, all these tire companies tell you that they've got built-in puncture protection, and they show you all these lovely pictures of this armor that they put in and so on. So I went again to the world of mountain biking because if any group of cyclists put their tires through work, it's the mountain bikers. And a lot of lads in mountain biking were saying Schwalbe Marathon Plus, that they'd be kind of the best tires. They said, I don't know, but yeah, I'm going to believe them. So I've put on Schwalbe Marathon Plus. I'm going to put tennis tire armor in the back. I have tire slime in the front. I'm bringing a pump actually. I'm bringing this pump with a gauge. You know, I'm giving myself every shot, best shot I can, and I'm going to be bringing. Again, I might do a little video on some of the stuff I'm bringing. I don't know if people are interested, but I'll probably do it anyway. But one of the things that I am bringing is these guys. So sorry for jumping on and off screen, but these are they're called they're slime patches, but they're just patches. They're glueless patches. So one of the things that always kind of amuses me about us cyclists is we bring a spare tube. And we say to ourselves, oh sure, I'm grand there now, I'll go for a cycle, I have a spare tube. But like when we initially took off for a cycle, we didn't expect to get a puncture. So what makes us think that when we put in our spare tube that we're not going to get a puncture again? You know, like it's no different than when you left home. So I always bring a spare tube, but what I always bring is these little glueless patches. And as soon as I get a puncture, I head to the nearest coffee shop or wherever I'm stopping, and I take out that punctured tube and I put a little patch on it, clean it up, put a patch on it, and I roll it back up and put it into my kit. So if I get another puncture on the road, I can change it again. Or you could bring 2 tubes. I don't know. Whatever works best. But I've always kind of smiled at the idea of bringing 1 tube, and then we're puncture free, you know. Anyway, listen, that's it for now. Thanks very much if you've been watching the videos. I'll do a ride along video someday, and I probably will do a video on the stuff I bring when I go out. So thanks for watching. See you later.